All right, Shalom. First off, give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakar the bonus to the apostles and elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and in sincerity, and the women and children who follow. So I got a couple articles I wanted to go over, just to give an update on what's going on, in the world today. Mainly over here in Babylon, but of course, everything that goes on here in Babylon does have global consequences. So, first article is from the New York Times. It's from July 30th. It says Trump might try to postpone the election. It says that's unconstitutional. Okay, so this is written by Stephen G. Calabrese. So it's from his perspective. It says, I voted Republican in every presidential election since 1980, including voting for Donald Trump in 2016. It says I wrote op-eds and law review article protesting what I believe is an unconstitutional investigation by Robert Mueller. I also wrote an op-ed opt. It was probably opt. Like an opposite, opposing President Trump's impeachment. But I'm frankly appalled by the president's recent tweet seeking to postpone the November election. Until recently, I had taken as political hyperbole that Democrats' assertion that President Trump is a fascist. But this latest tweet is fascistic and is itself grounds for the president's immediate impeachment again by the House of Representatives, and his removal from office by the Senate. Here's what President Trump tweeted. It says, with universal mail-in voting, not absentee voting, which is good, says 2020 may be the most inaccurate and fraudulent election in history. It will be a great embarrassment to the USA. Delay the election until the people can properly secure and safely vote. So what Trump is saying, because everybody's going to be mailing in their votes, voter fraud is likely to happen, which is technically true. You have dead people who received stimulus checks. So a lot of people can still send in their vote. A lot of people is not gonna vote, and then people can send a vote in on their behalf. Okay, so like I'll give you an example. I'm not gonna vote, but my mom or my sister or my brother or somebody could send in a vote for me. So technically he's right. But what they're saying is, and technically they're right too, is Trump is using this Trump is using this to hold power because it's a pretty good chance that he gets defeated because it's been a crazy past 4 years. And a lot of people are opposed to him. But, only way to see it is to, quote, go through the process. Even though that we know these things are set up, what he's doing, and that's really what I wanted to go into with this lesson, they're peeling away your civil liberties one by one by one. Okay? They required you to stay in the house. You couldn't leave the house. We had curfews. You can't go into a store unless you have a mask on your face. You're not going to be able to vote when, voting time comes around. And we'll get into more with the next article I got. But, one by one, they're slowly peeling back those civil liberties. And it's going to ultimately come ahead when they get this so-called vaccine. And they're going to make it mandatory. They're going to mandate that you take that vaccine, which is also leading to the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. So it says the nation has faced grave challenges before. It has faced grave challenges before, just as it does today with the spread of the coronavirus, but it has never canceled or delayed a presidential election. Not in 1864, when President Abraham Lincoln was expected to lose, and the South looked as it might defeat the North. Not in 1932, in the depths of the Great Depression. Not in 1944, during World War II. It says so. We certainly uh, should not even consider canceling this fall's election because of the presidential's concern about mail-in voting, which is likely to increase because of fears of COVID-19, which is up to It is up to each of the 50 states whether they allow universal mail-in voting for presidential elections, and explains the Article 2 of the Constitution explicitly gives the states total power over the selection of presidential electors. Election day was fixed by a federal law passed in 1845, and the Constitution itself, in the 20th Amendment, specifies that the newly elected Congress meet at noon on January 3rd, 2021, and that the terms of the president and the vice president end at noon January 20th, 2021. Even if President Trump disputed an election he lost, his term would still be over on that day. And if no newly elected president is available, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, it's late, Slakia. It says the Speaker of the House of Representatives becomes the acting president. So there are fail safes in place, but Trump is like, nah, fuck that. You know, we gonna do this my way. We're gonna do this my way, and we're gonna do it the highway. Okay. So basically that brings me to the first scripture I want to get. You know, this article. This is 1 Thessalonians 5:3. You know, we've all heard this, and you know, we're gonna keep saying this. It says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come up upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." They want to say that they're you know, they want to postpone the election so that you know you don't have to come in and you know, possibly expose yourself to the coronavirus, but they don't want you to mail it in because it might be voter fraud. But really, it's all just a a guise to make, you know, President Trump a dictator, which also he's done things that constitute him being a dictator, i.e., martial law. Because you know we got declared martial law in several different areas of the country, and by law, you know, he can declare martial law, and the Constitution becomes null and void, and he does become a dictator. So that's a very real possibility, you know, that we could be seeing on the horizon here. But I'm gonna keep reading. It says, "But ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief." Okay, we're not in the dark on Satan's devices. Okay, we keep up with everything. When that's what it's going into, it says, "You are the children of the light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness." All right, we can see these things. The Lord gave us a spiritual eye for a reason, and we use it, to teach our nation, and to what's the word I want to absorb one another. You know, we lift up each other. Okay, it says, "Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober." Okay, let us watch what's going on. I'll give you news updates, give you World War III updates. Okay, break down the scriptures properly. You know, we watch for your souls, it says. So that's the job of a man of the Lord, the job of a prophet, and that's what we bring to you. So let me get to this next article real quick. All right, and this is from CNBC.com. It says, and this is from July 31st. It says, Trump says that he'll ban TikTok through an executive action. And this might not seem, like a big deal or whatnot, or TikTok may not even seem like it's something that needs an executive action for, or why are you picking on people that do TikTok? Well, he has a reason. Key points, it says President Donald Trump on Friday told reporters that he will act soon to ban the Chinese-owned video app TikTok from the United States. Trump did not specify whether he will act through an executive order or through another method such as designation, according to NBC News. It says Trump's comments come as it was reported Friday that Microsoft has held talks to buy TikTok video sharing mobile app from the Chinese owner ByteDance. Okay, so that's really what it is. It's because it's the Chinese app. It came from China, as he would say. So, and really, it's an act of war. Low key, it's an act of war because Trump don't mess with China. Okay, it's a lot of tension between the U.S. and China, and shutting down TikTok is just another way of it's like a pissing contest, so to speak. Okay, you got TikTok, we shut TikTok down. Okay, well, you want goods and services America, we're gonna put an extra tax on you. Or cyber tax. It's been a pissing contest between the United States and China for a while, and this is just another level in it. But also, it's going back to what I said before. It's stripping those civil liberties from the people. Let me see if there's anything else in this article. It says President Donald Trump on Friday told reporters that he will act soon to ban the Chinese video app TikTok from the United States. Trump made comments while chatting with reporters on Air Force One during a flight back to Washington from Florida. It says, as far as TikTok is concerned, we're banning them from the United States. It says it's an act. He called it an act of severance. Trump did not specify whether he will act through an executive order or another method. Well, that's what it said already. So, let me see. It says, we've hired nearly 1,000 people to our U.S. team this year alone, and we're proud of hiring another 10,000 employees into great paying jobs across the United States. In my Donald Trump voice. It says, our $1 billion creator fund supports U.S. creators who are building livelihood from our platforms. It says TikTok users, U.S. users' data is stored in the U.S. with strict controls on employee access. The statement said TikTok's biggest investors come from the United States. And if I'm not mistaken, TikTok was another app that got bought by TikTok. They got bought and they rebranded it. It's killing me right now. Let me see if it says it in this article. It says that it's valued at $50 billion. Yeah, it's not really important anyways, but let me see. Oh, that's really what it is. It says the Chinese company ByteDance launched TikTok in 2017. Says the app has grown more popular during the coronavirus pandemic with 2 billion downloads in April, according to the Sensor Tower competitors include Facebook and Snap. So really, since the pandemic hit, then that's what you see on social media. Everybody's doing fucking TikTok. Everybody's got their little dance going or whatever it is they do. But China's getting rich off of it. This Chinese company is, anyways. But oh, okay. Here's another good part. It says that earlier this month, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said the U.S. was looking at banning TikTok as well as other Chinese social media apps, citing national security concerns. Pompeo added that the Trump administration was evaluating TikTok akin to Chinese state-backed tech companies Huawei and ZTE, which has previously described as Trojan horses for Chinese intelligence. So what they're saying is they're using these apps to gather intelligence in the U.S., which is the same thing the fucking U.S. is doing with Facebook and Instagram and this, that, and the third. They just don't want China doing it to their population. But like I said, it's pretty much the same fucking thing. But we're gonna get to this last scripture, which is short and sweet, but it hits hard. This is Revelation 11-14. It says, "The second woe was past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly." You seen it in the article. It says that it was a Trojan horse for Chinese intelligence, and that there was a national security concern. Why? Because they're planning war. All this is leading to the Third World War. When you look and you see how China is back in Iran and China is back in Russia, and Russia's, that whole triangle right there, those three nations, they solid with each other. And if you mess with one, you're going to mess with all three. All right, this is not a game, and they is not playing with America. The whole world ain't playing with America, especially Trump, which is why Trump is trying to, hold power so dearly, because he know that, he could be ousted. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's up to the Illuminati and the elite bankers to decide on that fate of the so-called office of the president. But with that being said, I hope you're edified. Give all praise, honor, and glory into Yahweh by Shem Yahushai by Shem Makar Kadash, the bonus of the apostles and elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and in sincerity, and the women and children who follow. Shalom.